Comedy act, so everyone laugh.
Hi, my name is Mary, as I was introduced. Some of you don't know me, but most of you then I am that lady with all the kids. That's right, I've been married 9 years as of last month, and I have 5 children. They are ages 7, 6, 4, 2, and brand new 0 sitting back here with my husband. And if you do the math on that, that means that I've been pregnant about half of my married life. And that means that I've had a number of experiences with what people will say to a pregnant woman. Some of it ain't pretty. One of my favorite comments is this one. Are you sure it's not twins? I'm pretty sure I've been insulted. Or another favorite is, wow, you look like you're about to pop. Now I can handle that comment at 9 months, but at 6 months? Well, one of my favorite times to being pregnant, my favorite stories, when I was 8.5 months pregnant with my second child, I made the mistake of going out in public and going to the grocery store. And I had my daughter with me. She was 17 months old at the time. It's the closest any of my kids are in age. And I'm standing in line because there was a line, and we're going nowhere. And the guy in the line next to me is also going nowhere. And he decides to make polite conversation. Now, if you know me, you know I will talk gladly to strangers regularly. So the man said to me, hey, do you know what you're having? And I said, yeah, I'm having a boy. He said, oh, that's great. What are you going to name him? I said, well, I'm going to name him Jonah. He said, oh, Jonah's in the belly of the whale. Lucky for him, I'm a child of the king. So, I've got all these kids, and I also spend a lot of time dealing with comments regarding large families. So, I called one of my girlfriends up and I said, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to this thing on Friday night. I'm going to be in a talent show. She didn't say anything. She got real quiet. And then she said, well, what are you going to do? Have a baby? This last time, right before I had my latest little one, my mother-in-law was visiting me, and she doesn't believe me that people say random things to me in public. They really do. She does not believe me. So I took her with me grocery shopping, and we went to Aldi. And as you know at Aldi, they usually only have one checkout lane open. So here I am in line with my mother-in-law, my 4 kids, and my 2 carts, which are filled with cases of food. And this man comes up and gets in line behind us, and he has a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter. And I did the right thing. I said, sir, would you like to go ahead and go before us? And he said, oh, thank you, thank you. And he gets in front of us, and he gets his stuff set on the conveyor belt, and turns back, and he sort of looks at this scene. And he says to me, so, is this like a foster care home or something? My mother-in-law had to scrape herself up on the floor. Now she believes me that people will say these things. But you know, sometimes it's not the random strangers who provide the best material. Sometimes it's the children themselves. My son Jonah, who just turned 6 this past week, is a real piece of work. We call him Jonah the Just. Everything must be just so. All of life must be fair and perfect. So I pulled into the drive-thru at Burger King the other day. And I was running late and a little impatient. And if you've been to the Burger King up there in St. Joe, you know there's more than one way to get into the parking lot. So as I get into the parking lot, as I'm starting to curve around to go into the drive-thru line, this other minivan jumps in line in front of me from the other entrance. I was mad. But I got 5 kids. I'm not letting anybody know that I'm mad. I have to set goodie seat. So I am privately seething in the front seat. And my daughter says, "Hey, Mom, I think they cut." "Yeah, I think they did." She says, "But their windows rolled down." "Yeah." Jonah now at this point decides to step in, because he is, after all, Jonah the just. He says, "Mom, you gotta roll down your window and tell them they cut." Tempted, yeah. I said, no, Jonah. I'm not gonna do that. You see, it's okay. They must have been in a bigger hurry than us. And so, I'm gonna forgive them. I forgive them. It's not that big a deal. They'll just be a few more. It'll just take a couple extra minutes. We'll be fine. Dead silence from the back seat. And then Jonah again. "Mom, you gotta roll down your window and tell them you forgive them for cutting." We've got some work left. Well, finally, I must tell you, even my husband likes to provide me a little humorous material now and then. How many of you are in small groups at church? You're in small groups? If you're not in one, you should join one. They're excellent. We were driving to our small group the other night, and you have to know, if you know our family at all, I usually am the driver because I'm motion sick. But husband was driving that night. And we're driving down the road to our group, and this car comes towards us in the opposite lane. And the guy is drinking a soda, looking at himself in the mirror, looking at his teeth or something, and talking on his cell phone. I said, "Honey, did you see that distracted driver?" He says, "No, I wasn't paying attention." Thank you, you've been great.